Trump dummy, Trump dummy, Trump dummy.
Greetings, gentle ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Mansa Jamil with the AI Global Legends, and I hope you guys are making it a great day because I am having a great day. I'm in a good mood. I can't wait to share these jewels and gems with you from our superstar, motivational speaker, international sales trainer, expert at sales training and mindset. We got a special guest here. Can't wait for you guys to hear him. For those of you that don't know, he's gonna go ahead and blow your mind with all this powerful wisdom and experience that he has. So we're gonna let a few more people come on board before we have him warm you guys up. Diamond, can you hear me clear?
I can hear you clear, sir. Can you hear me?
That's a solid copy. Appreciate you.
All systems go. All systems go.
Awesome. For everyone logging in for the first time, go ahead and in the chat, let us know where you guys are logging in from. Appreciate that. We see Brazil. Brazil is in the building. Welcome, Brazil. I know it's a huge team in Brazil growing. It's crazy.
Brasil.
Yes, Brazil.
Aí, Brasil.
Absolutely. We got UK is in the building. Mosen from this UK. We have Donna Gain from BC, Canada. Awesome. Welcome to the call, guys. I'm excited that you guys are able to make it. We see Karen, the unstoppable Nana from the AZ. Hey, Karen, how are you? Awesome. Who else we got? Muslima Pablo from the West Coast, California. Welcome. Awesome. Who else we got here? Don't be shy. Let us know where you guys are tapping in from. Put your coast up. Your West Coast, East Coast, Canada, wherever you guys are located, just go ahead and put that in the chat where you guys are logging in from. Serbia is in the house. Welcome, Derje from Serbia. Wow, guys, we got people tuning in from all over the world. This is going to be an exciting call. I can't wait. Okay, Serbia's in the house. Welcome, Serbia. Who else we got out there? I'll give you guys a shout out. Go ahead and let us know where you guys are logging in from. See California, Rashid Sherman from Cali. Welcome. Great to have you guys. Don't be shy, guys. Go ahead and let us know where you guys are logging in from. And thank you for joining us on this Motivational Thursday. Appreciate you. Okay, we got Kasha in the house. Poland. We got Guam in the house. Rwanka. Awesome. Love to see everyone here as well. Polish woman from England. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy that you guys are tuning in from all parts of the world. We got Australia is in the house. Welcome, Australia. You guys ready for the day? This Motivational Thursday. We're going to finish out the week strong. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to introduce our guest here who's going to be giving you guys his heart, his passion. And I'm excited to hear, because it just travels all the way to the next week, and this is what we need here at the AI Global Legends. We just want to be able to give you guys that extra boost that you need to kick over into the next week lit on fire, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Let's rock. Look at Donna Gain. Let's rock it. Wow, people are from all over the world. I am super excited. So this call is recorded for those of you asking, and we'll be able to get this out into the group. And if you guys are not a part of the Facebook group, we'll go ahead and put the link here. So you guys make sure you be a part of our group at the AI Global Legends group on Facebook, and follow us on Telegram as well, okay? So without further ado, we're at 5 after. Okay, Kasha, your niece is from the UK. Welcome. Awesome. All right, guys. So today we want to bring on an international motivational speaker. He's been mentored by Les Brown, who is another international motivational speaker, with very many accolades. He's an expert sales trainer. You know, he's going to share some of his wisdom. I've been knowing this guy for over 20 years. You know, we both come from the insurance and financial industry for the last 20 years as well. And so we're always been in the people, helping people business. So without any further ado, my man, my brother from another mother, different father, but same brother, Mr. Michael Diamond. Are you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much, RJ. I'm all excited every time you introduce me, and I'm trying to look over my shoulder and say, "Is that me?" You know,
That's you.
it's like, wow, I appreciate it. But before I get started, first I just want to say, all of you, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your courage. I'm so proud of you to run towards your dream and to believe in the Olympic arc process and helping other people. I just want to sprinkle fertilizer of love and encouragement and let you know how proud I am of you. But before I jump in the water, because it's definitely fine, I have to say about Jamil, I love you, my brother. I do, man. I love you from a deep place. And, you know, one of the most stark things about Jamil's character is that he's a committed type of person. So you can feel comfortable that you're on Jamil's team and that you are running towards your dreams with Jamil because he is a man of excellence and he's committed. One of the things I love about him, for over almost 25 years, I've watched his characteristic traits that whenever he says he's going to do something, he gets it done. And he's a family man. I mean, he loves God. He's a family man. He loves the Most High God. And that you can be rest assured that by entrusting your spirit and your heart in relationship to collaborate with Jamil, you can trust that he's got your best interests at heart. And the thing about it is, Jamil is always going to give you, he's like a seed. You know, when you take a seed and plant it into the ground, you start with one seed, but then you get an apple tree. You may have an orange seed, but then you get an orange tree and you get multiple oranges year after season. And that's how Jamil is. Once you say, hey, I'm on board, let's do this, you're going to find this guy will push you. He will encourage you. He'll stay up late night. Sometimes I talk to him. He's been drinking rocket fuel. It's 12:30 at night. So he's committed. So rest assured knowing that he's a man of integrity. He's a man of honor. And he's a man of his word. So if he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. So with that said, I just want to jump in. And I want to give you the title right up front, Jay, so you have it. I'm going to give it to you right up front, Jamil. Championship habits. I'm going to talk to you today about championship habits because I want you to write that down. I've got a lot for you, so I want you to take notes, and I want to inspire you and motivate you to know that you are going to reach your dreams. And as you run towards your dreams, one of the things that you have to commit to and get in your spirit is that I am the one. You have to become fanatical. See, if you want to find fanaticism, just go to the front of the line of success. You'll find fanaticism. If you want to find out who's fanatic, talk to Elon Musk. And when you talk to Elon Musk, he might just be there trembling and shaking about, you know, the SpaceX or about his new cars and how he's just fanatical. So you've got to be fanatical. And that's okay. And you got to understand that you've got to run with people that are of like spirit to you. You've got to understand that. See, a lot of people are intimidated with their own gifts. And because we have been programmed to believe certain things about ourselves, it gets uncomfortable to talk about your dreams. I know one time I was talking about my dreams and the person I was talking to, they went first. They started telling me about their dreams about, you know, they were hoping to get a new bicycle for summer. They were going to do some riding around, and they eventually wanted to eventually they were trying to, you know, some of the things that people that aren't going to follow through say, I'm going to hopefully try to get this done. And then when I told them my dream was I wanted to reach 1 billion young lives through love, hope, and encouragement, I could see one of their shoes try to fall off. I could see their socks rolling down. It's just too big, man. It's just too big. It's crazy. What are you talking about? You want to reach 1 billion young lives through love, hope, and encouragement. Man, all you want to do is show off. You're just so conceited. You're so stuck on yourself. So you have to remember that it's okay It's okay to be successful. It's okay to think big, believe big, act big, and know that the results will be big. So I want to talk to you about championship habits. The first one I want to throw out like a frisbee, because life is like a rubber ball. Whatever you throw up against the wall of life, it's going to come back at you. So I want to throw this out at you, and that is believing that it's possible. You've got to believe in your heart that it's possible. I want you to say that to yourself, and I want you to say it out loud right now. I want you to, before we do though, I want you to think about what your dream is. And I don't care if it's, you need to get a new wooden leg, or, you need to maybe get, a neck brace, or you want to buy a new home. You have plans to build a group home. I don't care how extravagant or how small it is. I want you to embrace it for a moment. Just humor me and embrace your dream for a moment, through a moment of time, almost like Olympic arc coming to you. And I want you to just embrace it. And I want you to realize that it's possible. It's possible to live your dream. I remember when I was so broke I couldn't pay attention, and I was sleeping in my car, and things had fallen apart in my life. And I was telling people, I'm going to earn $50,000 a month one day here soon. I'm going to earn $50,000 a month. And people thought I was crazy. But I want you to know that I did accomplish that dream. I did accomplish that goal. I accomplished so much more. But I want you to know that if you have the courage to speak it out, if you have the courage to speak it out, that it's possible. So let's get in and know that it's possible. No matter what your dream is, it's possible. And I mean, from Afghanistan to the UK, from China all the way to Israel, to Africa, to Southern California, it's possible. Now, I want you to understand something. In order for a dream to come true, you have to, first of all, solidify your identity. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know your abilities. You have to solidify your identity. You have to say that I am the one, that you have to go through your ritual. Usually when you watch a great boxing match, you see them in there warming up. They're warming up. They're getting ready for the fight. You have to learn how to encourage yourself first thing in the morning. I believe King David said it best when they wanted to stone him. He said he had to encourage himself in the Lord. And sometimes we just have to start our day encouraging ourselves. We have to tell ourselves that it's possible. I'm going to have a great day, no matter what. I don't care. No one's raining on my parade. I'm having a great day, no matter what. And then you got to know that it's hard. It's not easy being successful, so you have to be committed. You have to be committed. You cannot be tossed by every wave that comes your way. I had a situation the other day where I was depending on someone to get something done for me. They said something, I said something, we went back and forth, and the guy let me down. I was counting on it, and I was depending on him to deliver. And there's going to be people in your life that you're depending on, and they just sock you in the stomach. And you've got to remember that your success is not always contingent on everyone following through. Sometimes the experience of being let down is just what you need for you to have a tinsel test to see if you're serious. You've got to learn to do what you say you're going to do, no matter what the circumstances are, because the circumstances are not always going to be perfect. I mean, you can ask Elon Musk, because the SpaceX was supposed to go off yesterday, but because of circumstances and lightning and weather, they had to postpone it. They're already forecasting the weather that they may have to postpone again. So I'm saying that on your path to success, you have to be willing to accept disappointments. You have to understand that there is going to be some disappointments. And when you get those disappointments, you have to understand to say that no matter what, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. You have to understand that, one of the things that I had to resolve in myself when I was in the military, I shot in the military. I got wounded. I got injured seriously in the military back in 1978. And the doctors had predicted that I may not walk again. And when they told me that I may not walk again, I looked over at my son. I looked at my wife at the time. She was pregnant with my second son. And I said, you know what? I can't accept that, doctor. I can't accept that. He said, well, you may have to just accept. I said, I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I got excited. I said, no, I'm going to walk again. No, I'm going to walk again. And I'll never forget, I was bedridden for about a year, almost a year and a half. And they kept telling me, well, you're going to have to accept that maybe you're not going to walk again. And maybe you've had an experience in your life where something's happened to you and it wounded you or it hurt you. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible. You will walk and run in your success and help thousands and thousands of people across the world. And you have to understand that every word you speak, the universe shifts every time you speak. So what I did is I started speaking to my circumstances. See, championship habits, I want you to say this with me. I'm living a life of excellence. Unmute yourself, please.
I'm living a life of excellence.
I'm living a life of
Okay, let's try it
excellence.
again.
I'm living a life of
I'm living a life of excellence.
I'm living a life of excellence. You're muted, Diamond.
Excellence.
I'm living a life of excellence. I'm living a life.
Can you hear me?
We're loud.
We can hear you now. Yep.
Okay, let's try it again. I'm living a life.
Living a life of excellence.
I'm living a life of excellence.
living a life of excellence.
And I'm committed.
And
I'm committed.
And I'm committed
Committed.
Practicing championship habits.
To practicing
championship habits.
Championship habits.
Right. And one
Hold on, honey.
about practicing championship
Hold on, honey.
habits. What's that?
Everybody muted. They got a lot going on. Mute everybody.
Oh, that's right.
All right, let's go.
Make sure that you don't make excuses for yourself. You got to make sure that you've got to follow through. When you say you're going to do something, you've got to follow through, because see, your subconscious does not distinguish between lie and truth. And you've got to commit that when you say you're going to do something, you follow through. You commit. That's a championship habit. That when you say it, you're going to do it, no matter how difficult. That's why my dad used to always say, son, do what you say what you mean. So watch what you say, because what you say, when you fail to do the things you say you're going to do, now only 1% of people follow through with what they say they're going to do. Now that's a pretty shabby number, but it's unfortunate. But that's why they say the 1 percentile of success, or the 3 percentile of success, because most people, as soon as they run into obstacles and challenges, they don't follow through. So first, you've got to know that you are the one. First, second, you've got to solidify your identity, that I can do this, that I can and I will accomplish my dreams. I can accomplish this. I am the one. It's possible. You've got to encourage yourself in the Lord. You've got to encourage yourself in the morning. Not everyone, as you may know, which not probably a newsflash, not everyone wants to be positive. Not everybody has a positive attitude. Not everybody is going to exemplify positive attitude around you every day. In fact, some people intentionally want to sabotage you. Some people will be upset with the fact that you're in a great mood. So you've got to understand that you are the one, that it's possible. You're going to do what you say you're going to do. And you've got to learn to motivate yourself in the tough times. When you're having tough times, you've got to encourage yourself. You've got to say to yourself, you know what? I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself. Say that with me. I feel good about myself.
I feel good about myself.
Okay, so there's a energy that happens in your brain when you say positive things. When you say positive things, there is a chemical release in your brain. In fact, it goes all the way down to your posture. If you're sitting in a slouched position, you're slouched over, it's almost, people can almost you know, say, are you depressed? I mean, you're bent over, your head's over, you're slouched back. When you sit up and you feel good about yourself and you position yourself and you say, I feel good about myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to make it. I can do this thing. You know, part of the challenge that I found with all success is the biggest battle is fighting our circumstances of things we don't have, fighting the circumstances of the depression that we're dealing with in our mind. You know, I shared this on one of our Motivational Thursdays, and that was that most people think 60 to 80,000 words a day, and 80% of those thoughts are negative. So it's not uncommon for you to be negative, because negative experiences burn themselves into our memory greater than fun things. Have you ever noticed that you can remember horrible things that happened in your past, and sometimes you forget the great things that happened, and somebody will bring it up and you go, oh yeah, that's right, we had a great time. But the horrible things in our childhood and in our past, they haunt us. And so you have to learn how to, another championship characteristic, championship habit, is you have to talk to yourself. You have to learn to speak to your circumstances. I want you to write that down. I want you to speak to your circumstances. Guys do it a lot when we're trying to start a car. Women do it too. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Turn over. Turn over. Come on. Turn over. Turn over. Guys do it with the lawnmower. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, lawnmower. Come on. Get started. You have to understand, you have to speak to yourself. Sometimes the best conversation you might have all day is the conversation you have with yourself, that you tell yourself, you know what, everything is going to work out fine for me. I put a program together for myself where I stopped telling myself I failed. I gave failure a different definition. I started saying to myself, I never lose. I never lose. And what helped me with that circumstance and that mindset was Romans 8:28. All things work together for those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I just accepted that as a truth. And I started saying that everything that's happening in my life is happening for a reason. It's happening for a good reason for me to get from point A to point B and get down to X, Y, Z. So you've got to deal with yourself. You've got to speak to yourself, and you've got to be committed. You've got to understand that, okay, you've got to solidify your identity. I'm a winner. I get things done. And part of the challenge with solidifying your identity is that some of these things you may not be. See, when you're reinventing yourself, oftentimes the things that you're saying about yourself, you're not those things. And let me give you an example. I shared this with you on one of the meetings before, and that is that the subconscious mind does not distinguish between lie and truth. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between lie and truth. I want you to write that down as a homework assignment, because I want you to look that up and solidify it in your mind. Ask Google, does the subconscious mind distinguish between lie and truth? You're going to be amazed to discover that whatever you say, whatever you're saying through your day, I just can't seem to lose this weight. Girl, I just can't seem to lose this weight. No matter what I do, I just can't seem to lose this weight. No matter what I do, I just don't seem, my customers don't come along. No matter what I do, I'm so clumsy, I'm this, I'm that. Whatever you say, your mind is accepting it as truth. So you have to, like I did, and I believe I shared this on one of my other sessions with you guys, I used to smoke. I mean, I used to smoke, I used to drink, and I would be, part of my affirmations, and I hated, I hated the way I smelled when I smoked. I didn't like the way my clothes smelled. I didn't like the way I smelled, but I was hooked. I was addicted. They got me. I mean, I was my own anesthesiologist. I'd smoke a Black and Mild. I'd smoke these different things with stress. And it was a short period, but what the strategy I'm telling you is the strategy that God gave me to stop smoking and drinking and so many other bad habits, to reinvent myself. So I started doing this. While I was smoking a cigarette, I would be saying, I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I don't smoke, I don't drink. In fact, I don't even like the way the cigarettes taste. I don't even have a habit for them. I don't even have a desire for them. And it wasn't long before those words took root in my subconscious mind, and I began to not want cigarettes. I tell you that ugly truth about myself because We all have an ugly truth, and sometimes we're just afraid or feel awkward in saying these things about ourselves, like, I'm a genius, I'm just so brilliant, because it's uncomfortable. We don't want to be braggadocious, we don't want to be, arrogant, we don't want to sound boisterous or any of that. And it's not. You're actually just releasing the full you. Because when you think about it, we're children of this earth, we're children of the universe, we're children of God. We have great potential, great abilities, but we have to release them. And the way we release them is speaking about them. So for you to lose the weight you want, for you to transform your world, for you to stop habits, all you have to do is speak against them. So with championship habits, you have to make sure that you solidify your identity. Whoever it is that you decide that you want to be. I want to be a person of excellence. I want to be a punctual person. I want to be a person this, that, or whatever it is. You have to write down that person and then begin to speak that person out. That I'm going to give birth to this person. This is my new identity, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm proclaiming. And when it comes to those 80% of those 60,000 thoughts or 80,000 thoughts that you're thinking, the anchor of those thoughts are usually fear, because we don't want to fail. We don't want to fail at the things they're saying. So that's why we typically don't say the things that we aspire to or desire, because we don't want to have to choke and walk those words back. But that's okay, because even if you don't accomplish specifically what you want to accomplish at that moment, there's a saying, shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, because if you don't hit the moon, you'll hit the stars. That saying is under the premises is that it's okay to think big, believe big, act big, because the results will be big. You may not hit the moon, but if you shoot for the moon, baby, you're going to hit the stars. So remember, championship habits, solidifying your identity, encouraging yourself, taking full responsibility of your actions, taking full responsibility of your goals, also learning to motivate yourself, and then believing the best about yourself. We've all gone through a bad relationship, sometimes a breakup, sometimes being let go of a job, fired, having some financial issues, having some situations happen in our life that we just really feel horrible about, and we feel like we could have did better. But in the midst of all of that turmoil, you stop all the thoughts that are going in your mind, because the hierarchy to the gifts of your eyes, your mouth, your nose, your ears is your mouth. When you speak, your thoughts have to stop. So when you're having negative thoughts, just say out loud, I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself. And know this, know that, I want you to say it with me again. I'm living a life of excellence.
I'm living a life of excellence.
And I'm practicing championship habits.
And I'm practicing championship habits.
Can the rest of you hear me? Can you hear me, Karen? Okay, I want you to unmute for a second.
Okay,
Okay, are you unmuted?
I am.
Yes.
Okay, I'm living a life of excellence.
I'm living a
living
life
a life of excellence.
excellence.
And I'm committed to championship habits.
And I'm
Committed to championship habits.
One of the championship habits that I had to employ when I got injured in the military, and they told me that I'd never walk again, was never giving up on my commitment that I would walk again. And yours might be as simple as, I'm not eating ice cream after 11. I'm not gonna buy a cake and eat the whole cake. I'm not gonna buy 2 bags of potato chips anymore and say I'm buying them for company. Yours might be, I'm not gonna drink when I get home from work. Yours might be a host of other things in your life, but you've got to simplify it and then make a commitment that you're not going to do it. Because my commitment was that I would walk again. I know that when I was in a major accident, I was coming down South Watt, and I was in a major accident, And I'm telling you, the car hit me so hard, it hit me head on at about 55 miles an hour. The car hit me head on. I spun around 7 times and fell in a ditch. The windshield busted in my face. I tell you, it was just a miracle. It was all God. The windshield busted in my face. When the cops got me out of the car, the ambulance, they finally got me out of the car. They thought it was a miracle that I was still alive. And when I got to the hospital, my kids were all around me. I had blood in my face. There was some glass in my face. They thought I was decapitated. And one of the things I'll never forget saying is, I am the one. I will get better. I'll get this done. I will come back. I will bounce back and finish strong. I can do this. And my kids were like, Dad, just relax, relax. And I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm all right. It took about 3 months for me to get back in the saddle. And some of you have experienced some tragedy in your life, and you may still be going through some tragedy. But I'm here to tell you that through championship habits, through thinking the best of yourself, speaking out the best of yourself, making a commitment that when you give your word, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you're going to keep your word. And you understand that disappointment is a part of the game. When you're disappointed and frustrated, that you don't become negative, that you start encouraging yourself, and that you begin to practice championship habits by speaking the best things about yourself. Get in the habit of scrutinizing yourself. When you say things like, I'm so stupid, oh, forgive me, that was so crazy of me, I'm so stupid, you have to understand that your mind has a fiduciary responsibility to bring to pass whatever you're saying. And when your ears hear your mouth say, I'm so stupid, they go, okay, watch when I have you burn yourself later. Watch when I have you kick the stove later. Watch when I have you kick your foot at the tray at the grocery store. These stupid things keep happening to us because we're speaking them into life. You got to remember that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. And whatever you're speaking out of your mouth is your truth and your reality. You can manifest your dream. You can break through and live the life that you want. So your championship habits are going to be encouraging yourself, knowing that it's possible, accepting the fact that you are a consummate winner and that you are brilliant, knowing the fact that you are not going to give up on you, knowing that you can understand the fact that it's not easy, but you're ready for the fight, knowing that your affirmation about yourself is that I'm living a life of excellence and I'm committed to championship habits. I remember when I had an issue remembering people's names. I would meet people and less than 5 seconds later, I mean, they'd say, hey, my name is, I'd say, hi, my name is Diamond, Michael Diamond. They go, hi, my name is, Rebecca Anderson. And less than 5 seconds, I would turn around and think, what in the world was their name again? What was their name? What was their name? And so I started this affirmation in my life where it says, I choose to quickly and easily recall people's names. I choose to quickly and easily recall people's names. I started feeding that into the circular cycle of my thought life. 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are negative. 95% of the thoughts in your thought life are recycled. You're thinking the same thing that you thought yesterday, the day before, and the day after that, until you start interjecting new thoughts. And so I started interjecting new thoughts that got into the cycle and started getting and taking root into my belief system. So I started saying, I choose to quickly and easily recall people's names. I choose to quickly and easily recall people's names. Now I feel very confident and very strong when I meet someone, I can remember their name. So you have to understand that you've got to learn to shut down your thinking. Okay, so when you're winding down your day, some of us, we just think way too much. Can anyone relate to just overthinking things? Okay, so sometimes we just think too much. We're up late at night, we're worried about it. You've got to learn to shut down your thinking. That is one of the championship habits that makes successful winners. That you have to have a short memory on your mistakes, a long memory on things you do right. Short memory on your mistakes, long memory on the things you do right. Talk about the things you do right over and over, like, wow, and make a big deal of it. Make a big deal of the things you do right. Make a big deal of the things you like. Make a big deal of things that are important to you. Make a big deal out of the family members that you have. Make a big deal out of the relationships that are positive for you, and minimize those things that aren't. Minimize them, shut them down. When you start thinking about them, think that's not my thought. I don't receive that thought. Just speak over it and say, I feel good about myself. I totally feel good about myself. I shared those two experiences with you because the doctors had told me you're not going to walk again. So you may have someone in your life that may be an authority figure that has told you you're not going to accomplish your dreams. And maybe that haunts you. You have to understand that not only are you the one, not only are you equipped, not only are you committed to championship habits, not only are you living a life of excellence, know that it's possible. Know inside you that you're unstoppable and that you're going to live your dream, knowing that you can overcome any obstacle in your path. You have to accept those as reality and truth. A couple of things I want to leave you with as we go on this campaign of championship habits. Remember, I learned that I stopped complaining about things that I tolerated in my life. You have to remember that you don't want to complain about things you tolerate in your life. If you're tolerating it and complaining about it, you're sending a huge mixed message to your mind. And your mind is going to do a kooky tap dance on you. You're not going to make progress. Look at the things that you no longer want to tolerate in your life. I knew when I needed to lose 10 pounds, and I had got some areas where I was like, okay, this is it. I started saying this every time I eat. When I eat, my food is equally distributed to the proper places in my body, and I'm losing weight effectively and efficiently. I would say, wow, it just looks like you're losing weight, Michael. You are losing weight. I would stand in the mirror, as tough as that was, and I would say, you are losing weight. You are losing weight. It looks great. I'm so proud of you. You're losing weight. Wow, it looks great. Until the point where it took root in my subconscious mind, I no longer wanted to eat out of a bag of chips. I no longer wanted to drink soda waters all day. I no longer wanted to do these things. So you might say, Michael Diamond, I've got some habits I need to change. Diamond, I've got some habits that I need to change them. I need to kill them. Just start speaking against them and they will die. Remember that if you speak against your habits, if you starve your doubt and feed your faith, those areas in your life will manifest. Your life is just like any other plant or seed in the universe. If you starve it, it will die. Your doubt, the only reason doubt lives in most people's mind is because they feed it. They think about it. They tolerate it. They accept it. And we all have areas that we feel inadequate with. I mean, as we age and gravity takes its place, oftentimes we find ourselves a little unhappy with who we are. And that's okay, because you can learn to love yourself again. You can learn to love yourself again. And you can start saying things like, you know, I really love who I am. I'm really in love with myself. Not as that you're being, you know, that you're being stuck on yourself and you're being narcissistic, but no, really loving who you are, because the things you do, they express how much you love yourself more than what you say. Because in championship habits, you've got to practice championship habits by doing what you say, as difficult as it may be. You may say, okay, I'm going to start working out. I'm going to work out 3 times a week. And after the second time that week, you might be exhausted. But you get in 5 minutes just so that you can say you did it. I worked out. I don't care if it's just 1 push-up. You committed your goal. And as it pertains to your success, I like to hit that last, because when you think about living a life of excellence, when you think about choosing to quickly and easily recall people's names. When you think about the fact that I'm thinking the right thoughts at the right time to be effective and super successful. I'm thinking the right thoughts at the right time to be effective and super successful. I'm thinking the right thoughts at the right time to be effective and super successful. When you think I'm unleashing greatness in my life, when you start giving your affirmations, you have to understand that you too can make everything that you aspire to come to fruition. I do want to say this to you. So many people right now are wrestling with depression and anxiety. A lot of people, it's hidden. We've suppressed it. A lot of people have suppressed it, but they're dealing with anxiety and depression. We reached an interesting milestone in America where 100,000 people have died from COVID. And we're living in a time where it's unknown to any of us. We've never seen anything like this. So with what you're doing with Olympic arc, the Olympic arc is such an amazing conversation piece that you have to leverage it to where you can make it exciting, because people now are looking for anything to get excited about. So you have to be exciting. You have to be enthusiastic. Choose to be enthusiastic in spite of your thoughts, because that's what I have to do. I struggle with the same challenges that most people struggle with. I get up in the morning. However, I have programmed myself, and the moment before my feet hit the bed, I start talking to myself. I'm having a great day today. I choose to have a great day. I forecast my day. I feel good about myself. The moment I say that, I say it. When you make your affirmations, also tie in a physical activity, because your subconscious and your conscious mind will remember at a greater percentage when you tie in a fist bump or something. Oh, I feel good about myself. I feel really good about myself, that I'm going to make it. I feel good. Today's going to be a great day. So let's wind up as you solidify your identity, that you are the one and that you are more than capable of accomplishing it. When you realize that it's possible, that you can live your dream, and that you understand that you're taking full responsibility for yourself, and that you understand that it's not easy and that you too can live up to it, but whatever is difficult gets easy, and that you understand that you're living a life of excellence and you're committed to championship habits, and you start practicing these championship habits, that you start having an internal conversation saying to yourself, I am the one. I am the one. I feel good about myself. And you incorporate your positive affirmation daily, increasing them into your mind, knowing that it's possible. Know that you too will shatter through. You will break through. You know, I've said for Malik and RJ about shattering through your glass ceiling, but before we wrap up, I want to talk about the glass ceiling. Scientists did a real test on, it's called flea training. They took fleas and they put them in a jar. They put a lid on the jar. Now, fleas, if you've ever had an animal, can typically jump from about 6 feet, 5 feet. These things can jump across the room. They put a lid on the fleas, about 15 of them, and they kept hitting the lid, kept hitting the lid. About a week or two in, they were able to take the lid off, and the fleas now were retrained, and they would only jump to the height of the jar. When did you get flea trained? And are you flea trained? It's time we all get flea trained. And how you get flea trained is you get excited about a new thing like Olympic arc. You get excited about something new in your life, and your spouse or someone in your life or a relative says, yeah, but you failed on that last thing. You didn't follow through on that last thing you wanted to do. You know, this is the 5th time you've started something and you always fail. And you go, yeah, that's right. Oh man, I'm a failure. That's right. So you got to remember that you too probably have been flea trained as I was. And I had to shatter through my glass ceiling. And I had to reach into the lion's mouth. This is for Malik. And then metaphorically, what is the lion's mouth? there's this story, this great story, I love it, about this guy who was accused of murder. And he was convicted, and he was accused of murder. They convicted him. So he stood before the judge. They said, how do you plead? He said, not guilty. I'm sorry, all the evidence says you're guilty. We found you guilty. Here's your choices. You can go through that door, or you can face the firing squad. And the guy, he asked, well, what's behind that door? And he said, horrible murders, killings, I mean, people get beat down, lions, horrible things happen through that door. You could be eaten alive. You could have your brains blown out, or you can face the firing squad. So he chose the firing squad. I'm going to the firing squad. Well, they gave him his last cigarette, and right before they were going to fire, he said, can I ask a question? He said, what's behind that door? They said, freedom. So the lion's mouth, and then boom, they shot him. So the thing is that most of us are afraid of freedom. Freedom, in order for freedom, means that you have to face your relatives. You have to face the people that don't believe in you. You have to face that people are dying. You have to face that maybe you failed again and again and again. But that's how success is. Jordan was once said, I'm only successful because I failed so much. And you have to understand that you're going to maintain a great positive attitude. You're going to encourage yourself. You're going to believe that you are the one, that it's possible, that this time you can live your dream by helping other people. You're going to speak your world into existence. You're going to motivate yourself and encourage yourself, and you are going to dictate your own forecast and not what your past or what others say about you. Because I'm proud of you. Know that it's possible. Know that you can speak your life and your dreams into existence. Know that you take full responsibility for all your actions. Know that you too will win because you're living a life of excellence, because you're committed to championship habits. You're going to speak to your world. You're going to create your world. You're going to reach in the lion's mouth. You're going to take what belongs to you, because success is not a gift. Success is your inheritance. You are a family. You're in the family of Olympic Arc. You're transforming worlds. You're transforming your world. Be encouraged. Know that I'm proud of you. Know that it's possible that you can live your dream. My name is Michael Diamond. I'll see you in the winner's circle, and know that it's time for you to play a bigger game.
Wow. My mind is blown.
Incredible.
Was that powerful or what? Thank you so much, Michael Diamond. Awesome,
You're welcome,
awesome.
sir.
Kudos to you. You know, I'm super juiced up, guys. So I want to we're gonna unmute the lines, see if we have any questions for you.
Yes, please.
Daddy will take us outside in a little bit, okay?
I actually wanted to make a comment really quick. I just wanted to say that, you know, when you believe in the power of affirmations and you really reaffirm things in your mind, this stuff really works and it's very, very powerful. So ever since we've been having these sessions with Michael Diamond, I could share a little bit of the affirmations that I've been using every single morning. So I wake up in the morning and I say, today is going to be an incredible day. I'm super excited. My team is growing, things like that, right? And when I say these things, it just makes my day be the best day that I've ever had. Every single day is the best day I've ever had. And another thing that I've been saying to myself is I only eat clean and healthy foods, right? And I have been eating nothing but like vegetables. I'm drinking 9.5 pH water. I'm only putting good things into my body, because if you want your mind to be sharp, you also want your body, which is your vessel, to be sharp as well. So I just wanted to share that with everyone as well.
Yes, thank you, Malik. Yes, I drink alkaline water as well. I drink 9.6 alkaline water. I don't drink any tap water. I don't drink any bottled water. I carry my own bottle with me, and I make sure that it's UV safe and that it's got that it's that plastic that doesn't bleed into the water. That's great, Malik. I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, I'm using a glass right now. I've been using glass for my pH water. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent.
Right.
Anyone have any questions on strategies?
I actually like to get one comment about the plastic bottles. Few months ago, I had somebody from Turkey visiting my husband for business purposes, and then she was a biochemist, and she said there's no plastic that we can drink out of it, and that doesn't have the BPA. And if we are using
Right, the BPA.
to wash it in dishwasher or in a sink as often as possible, because within the each wash we are getting rid of some, whatever bad stuff in it is, but it is impossible
Okay.
to have BPA free plastic.
Okay, yes, I know that they sell the BPA, which is supposed to be one of their strongest plastics, but I truly believe that there's still some bleeding as well. Yes.
Absolutely.
Who's having any challenges sticking to their goals or accomplishing their goals?
Go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to answer that.
Everybody's afraid to say so.
I'll speak. I mean, I have trouble with being consistent simply because of the demands. I would like to add that in addition to starving doubt, we need to starve worry, doubt, and fear from our lives.
Yes.
I've spent the last 2 months really focusing on what I'm putting into my mouth. I'm drinking 100 ounces of water a day. And I'm eating something every 2 to 3 hours, little portions, just to do fat burning. So I've lost 8 pounds, and I'm feeling better.
Congratulations.
I'm going to keep going. Thank you. And I'll fight this battle of inconsistency. It's not all excuses. It's not all my fault, but I wake up every day and tell myself I'll start again over, and I'll make this day more consistent than the day before.
Yes, I'm so glad you shared that, Karen, because me and Jamil, we come from an extremely competitive background. And one of the things about reaching and evolving and transforming your life is being honest and okay with your failure, okay? So you gotta embrace that. Society gave, when you don't hit your mark, the title of failure, and it's kind of painful because we say it like I failed, and we don't want to, no one wants to be a failure. But I learned to accept failure like vitamin tablets. Like, okay, well, I didn't hit my mark. That's okay. My subconscious mind is still doing what I told it though. And I love to give the analogy because I don't like to, articulate or communicate myself as being perfect, because I'm not. I'm far from it. Gosh, I missed the mark more than most people. That's because I'm shooting for a mark. You don't miss a mark unless you're shooting for one. So it's okay, because if you're shooting for a bullseye and you haven't been practicing, of course your arrows are going to go in the tree, they're going to go in the water until you get better. And as you get better, and then you just accept it, like, you know what, I did have a pint of ice cream last night, I won't do it again. So we just kind of keep getting better. And I love what you said, Malik, because it's so true. And that's why I shared that story about the smoking, because it was a process where I didn't want to smoke, but my body wanted to smoke, my mind, because every habit we have, we've either talked ourselves into it or someone else has. And all we have to do is talk ourselves out of it. That's all. We have to talk ourselves out of it. And oftentimes our body does not actually catch up with our mind until they sink, and then they will sink. And it'll get to a point where you become stronger and stronger, and what you say comes to manifestation quicker and quicker, and more control over yourself. So that's a good one, Karen. I hope you're still doing the things you appreciate with your husband, and I hope you're still getting progress out of that. Tracy, anything from you? Nathan, anything from you? Matthew? Michelle?
think everybody's mind is so blown right now.
Hey, Michael. Hi, Michael. This
Hi.
is Desiree. How are
Oh,
you?
hey, Desiree. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm doing
I put
blessed.
7.
I didn't see a picture, so I didn't know if you guys were there.
I
with
know.
no
I'm
picture.
sorry.
No, that's okay. It's all
I'm
good.
out
As long
driving around and taking
as
care
you
of
can
stuff
see me,
like
that's fine.
yeah. But yes, I have a question because I'm a little concerned about my progress. Okay. Now, I have fantastic mentors, as you know, and I have been really, really struggling, and I feel like I'm so far behind, like I can't catch up. And it's starting to be like overwhelming for me.
Okay.
But I'm dealing with that. I'm struggling with that. Excuse me for just a second. Yes. Okay.
Desiree, I can't hear you.
I think she told us to hold on for a second, but I think that it's a lot of. Did he mute everybody?
I know she told me to hold on for a second. I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, I can
apologize.
hear you now. That's okay.
Okay. So it's been a real struggle, and I've been reaching out to Malik, and he's been wonderful, and trying to help me stay abreast of everything. But I promise you, every time I get into that process, thank you, love. And every time I get into the process of taking, sitting at my computer and getting everything started, I have so much that I'm taking care of. There's so many people that I'm taking care of outside of my mother. And it has literally have become overwhelming for me. And so I don't want to be behind. I don't want to be, excuse me, guys. Mama, I got it, baby. They're going to bring it out to us, okay? All right? It's okay. And so they're taking, what I'm doing is, by the time I get through at the end of the day of taking care of all my responsibilities, I'm so exhausted by the time I walk into my apartment. I sit in front of my computer and I'm going through the process of really trying to make sure I have the stamina, if you will, to be able to do some work like needs to be done so I can get the ball rolling on things. I feel like I'm standing still. I know I'm not, but it feels that way. And I think that's why it becomes overwhelming. I get into the mindset that, everybody is moving so much faster than me. Everybody's doing this. I'm watching my team do this and do that and do this and do that. And I just feel like, man, I'm just so far behind. This is what's in my head, okay?
Right.
And this is what I'm saying to myself. So listening to you today, as always, you tell yourself to start saying these things and these things. Okay, I've been trying that, but it's something that I'm not doing. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But one thing I don't want to do is get frustrated. And sometimes I get very frustrated when I'm alone by myself.
Yes.
And then I'm dealing with these things, these thoughts in my head.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm trying to participate with my team members. I have team members that call on me to be able to do lives and things like that. Yes, I want to do that, but I want to be able to do that in return. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get to that point where I can be settled to that point where I can be able to call upon them to, are you able, will you be available to do a live for me this particular time? Okay. I just feel like, instead of me trying to handle this myself, I need some help, and I feel like I need some help. So I'm reaching right now because everything is just literally overwhelming to me right now. And I don't, I get to the point where I don't want to break down and cry and all that, but I do that because I feel like I'm defeated sometimes.
Okay.
And I don't like that feeling because I know that I'm stronger than that, you know? And so I need help. I need help. That's the only word I can think of is help.
Is it okay if I say something?
Yes, I want you to respond. I want to respond to Desiree. So go ahead and make your interjection. Jay, we're going to run over just a little bit. Let us run over because I need to address this, okay? Please. Go ahead, Desiree.
Yeah,
I heard everything you said and I have a response. Go ahead.
Okay, and that's where I am right now. I'm just reaching. I need help. That's where I am right now.
Okay, I heard what you said, Desiree, and I'm coming. Did someone say they had to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Desiree, in response to what you said, I'm here for you, by the way, whenever you want to reach out. And I feel in my own way, I've had my own struggle. And I know that it comes from comparison to other people. And I just wanted to say that you don't have to compare yourself to anybody else or anything you see anybody else doing, because we all have our own pace with these things. And the only time we start to feel overwhelmed, at least in my experience, I can really only speak for myself. The only time I feel overwhelmed is when I feel like I'm comparing myself to other people. And I don't seek to do that anymore. I know that I'm in limbic arc and my decision on how I build or how fast I build is really dependent on how I feel. And so it's all about how we feel at the end of the day. And if you're feeling this way, then it's going to make it harder for you to feel confident. And so I just want to say
it
that.
is. You're right, Jay, and it does. And I know that I'm a strong person, like I was saying to Michael. I know that I am, but my God, you know, it's like I have to really, really get deep inside myself to be convinced that I can do this. I know I'm not going anywhere. I can do this. You know, I can do this. I know that I can. You know?
Of course you can. You've already done more than me. You've already done more than me. So I just wanted to say something, because don't get caught up in the marketing side of things. That's where I lean, because I need content for myself to feel confident. But you're right.
Okay, let me know. I want you ladies to get it out. I want you ladies to get it out because I want to respond, but I don't want to rush.
Okay,
go ahead, because I'm here for you.
I was just saying, Desiree ranked. That was amazing. Like, you ranked. You shared the opportunity with people that wanted to join you in it. So celebrate that. I think you should celebrate that. I celebrated you, and I want to make sure you're still celebrating it. And that's an amazing accomplishment. And you just go for the next one, and we keep going for the next one.
Okay, so I want to jump in here. I want to say, first of all, to both of you, amazing women, awesome, all of you guys. You look so beautiful looking at your faces. I can relate because I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed. I'm a super competitive person, and we've all been sort of programmed that way, that we're competitive and we want to do more. We want to accomplish our goals. And I know what it's like to feel bogged down because the kid's mom died. I raised 4 kids by myself. I know what it's like to be so broke you can't pay attention. You come home, you got this going on, you got these demands on you, you got these demands on you. So I want to say, Desiree, first of all, sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is to have a good cry.
Okay.
And then once you have a good cry, because that's a cleansing, once you have a good cry, then sort of walk yourself back from the self-imposed stress you put on yourself.
Okay.
Because that's what champions do. Champions put pressure on themselves. They usually don't require a lot. They need that motivation. They usually have a great corner, like Muhammad Ali had Angelo Dundee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. So you got to have somebody that understands. And I really want to compliment your authenticity and your sincerity, because we're so often given these commercial responses, and we like get off a call like this and feel like I should have told Diamond exactly how I was feeling because, you don't know. And so it's great that you expose that side. So thank you for the courage of that. And I would just say in response that, you know, sometimes when you're really like Carl Lewis, or you're like the Serena Williams sisters, and you just really trying to win that match, and you got the whole world on your back, Sometimes you just got to walk it back and you got to talk it out, because sometimes what we feel and versus reality, like this other young queen said, that, ooh, wait a minute, I'm looking up to you. I'm seeing you with the celebration. You're doing it. You're getting it done. You're making the accomplishments. Sometimes when we want so much, we kind of lose focus of what we've accomplished. It's easy to kind of, you know, and, you know, bodybuilders and successful people, they want that. They want that next accomplishment, that next dream. And sometimes when it's overwhelming, you got to go back to like, what about Bob? And you just got to do baby steps. You got to say, you know what, this week I can only give 10 minutes, or today I can only give 10 minutes. I only have 10 minutes left. Oftentimes what we don't realize is that we do have what's called a second and third win. You know, I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Will Smith when he played Ali.
Yes.
But when he played the movie Ali, he said he made a starking statement that this guy doesn't even know he's got a second win out there. And just know you have a second win. And because you're feeling this stress and this anxiety, that's part of it. But your feelings are a great reflection of some of the things that are happening. So just kind of walk it back some and just say, you know what, I'm really proud of myself. It's okay. I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to beat myself up. And today, you know, like I was sharing about when you make a commitment of working out, one day you might be able to do 3-hour workout. The next day you might only have 5 minutes in you, but you get it done. So you do what you can, you censor and monitor yourself, and then you walk it back and continue to feel good about yourself. Because I see a winner in you, all of your faces. You guys look amazing from my vantage point. Wow. And I appreciate the honesty. And I want to also put out there that, you know, Jamil has brought me into your lives. You guys can reach out to me. You can shoot me an email. You can call me. I'm here to aid you in that high octane level of success, because you're not alone when it comes to feeling that stress and that pressure. I'm just glad you spoke for everybody else, because everybody in this meeting feels that at times. Don't you, Karen? Karen, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
And
Desiree and I had talked about this a long time ago, because we're both.
don't lose your thought. My laptop's up to die. I've got to get my charger. Hold one sec. Be right back. 30 seconds.
All right.
This is huge, guys.
It really is.
It is.
You know, a lot
Very
of people,
authentic.
I know one thing is that, you know, I practice, you know, I'm hard on myself at times as well. And it's always good to always remember where you came from and look at where you're at now, you know, so you can always gauge your success. And you can't always compare yourself to everyone else, because you'll go crazy, right? So the best thing to do is be thankful for what you do have, be thankful for the good in it, be thankful for the bad in it, and just keep going, you know, and don't give up. I mean, that's the biggest thing that's I see people doing, is they give up. And because they're comparing themselves to so many people, they see so many banners going out of new people hitting different ranks, and they're like, wait a minute, I need to catch up. You know what? Guess what? You're in your lane and you're going to get there, you know? So there's a guy that used to always complain that didn't have no brand new Jordans until he met a guy that didn't even have no feet, you know? So he's like, oh, at least I got some feet to put the Jordans on, you know? So I'm thinking that's very, you know, necessary to bring out. And so I really appreciate you, Desiree, for bringing that out. And you can always reach out to me as well. You know, I'm here, and we can always get some 3-ways going to keep encouraging you. And, you know, if you have any questions, I can help you with as well. And then we can also get you on with Diamond. So after the meeting, make sure you reach out to me. I want to give you Diamond, and also Muslima is reaching out to me. She wants to talk to you as well. So back over to you, Diamond.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. I just want to also conclude with what you were saying, Desiree, that, you know, we're competitive beings, and you're a competitive sister. I can tell. And that's okay, though. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, your hair looks beautiful. You got a beautiful smile. Love your complexion. You're doing your thing, and I'm proud of you. And like Jay said, I mean, I've been the #1 top sales producer in 3 multi-million-dollar corporations, the #1 top sales producer in 3 multi-billion-dollar corporations. And I can tell you the amount of times that I've sat around and it seemed like everybody was getting a sale but me. I couldn't sell something or help somebody. If I had a genie in my lap and they were saying, rub the genie, you can have whatever you want. It just seemed like I would have ice cream to 2 little kids and they would slap the ice cream down and say, no, he's a dirty man. You know, like, I'm just trying to help. So we go through these lulls. They happen, and just accept it as, you know, it's part of the prego soup. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna have those feelings. What I want you to learn to do, and all of you to learn to do, is to respect your feelings, but don't be governed by them, because your feelings aren't always a true reality. They are a gauge that you are feeling that, and that's okay to be true with what you're feeling. But then, like Jay was saying, you know, wow, I'm looking up to you and I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that. But you gotta imagine, like, men like and women like Serena Williams, they got titles and they got all this accolades, and they probably get so upset with themselves sometimes when they lose a match, or they really want to win this match and they can't win a match, you know. So self-imposed pressure is a gauge that we have to be cognizant of. And sometimes, like I said, you know, it's healthy, but then you don't always have to compare yourself. I love what Jamil said. You're in your own lane, all of you guys. You're in your own lane, because sometimes Jamil and I, we'd be sitting next to each other. He'd be selling something, and I couldn't sell nothing if it was giving it away. I'm like, look, I'll take care of your down payment. I'll do everything for you. And they're like, I'm sorry, I'm not coming in. Like, what do you mean you're not coming in? I'm doing everything. I'm trying to help you with everything. So every person that is a public servant, because you guys aren't salespeople, you're public servants. You're there to provide a blessing to people. You're trying, sometimes, you know, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Sometimes you run into 15 people, even if you were giving them $100 or $500 or $1,000, they're still not going to do it because they don't see it, and that's okay. What we learned in the people service industry is every no just gets me closer to a yes. I got to go through 7 no's to get to my yes. Okay, I got 1 out the way, good. I got my 2nd no out the way, good. I got my 3rd no out the way, good. I got my, you got to just keep them moving. You got to keep them moving, because in order, you know, like Jamil and I, we'd sit at a desk back to back, and, you know, in order to write the numbers we wrote, we had to then, see, here's the thing, you got to figure out your averages. You got to say, okay, what's my success ratio? These are things I'm glad we have in this conversation. I'm only going to hit it and get off of it because I know we're in OT, overtime, but you got to start studying yourself and keeping record of your success and say, you know what, it seems like my every 10th person says yes, or my every 7th person says yes. So then you get to a point where you know, okay, I need to, in our industry, we knew we need to speak to 60 people. We need to speak to 150 people this week to get 5, to get 10. We got to speak to 150 people. So you have to understand that success is a numbers game. So don't count the ones that say no, celebrate your no's. Like, ooh, you said no. They're like, I said no. What the hell are you so happy for? I said no. You're like, you said no? Right. Okay. You said you're out my way. You're out my
10
way.
yeses. That's the numbers on every no. Every
but
no.
Let me give you these. I love your smile, Desiree. I'm going to leave you guys with this statistic. This is a sales statistic that I keep by my desk as a businessman, and I'm gonna bring it in close. I don't know if you can see it. But here it is. Let me read it to you. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of people make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of salespeople, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact.
Wow.
So you gotta be persistent. In order to be #1 in a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you gotta be hungry. You gotta know. And those last numbers, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So if a person says no, that only means when a person says no, that only means I don't understand. You gotta understand, when someone says no to what you're offering, it only means they don't understand. Like, I don't get this. 3% of sales are made on the second contact, 5% are made on the third, 10% of sales are made on the fourth call to somebody. 80%, this is crazy, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So when somebody says no, that's when the sale starts. That's when the help starts. That's when it all, the nitty gritty starts. That's when the love, that's when salespeople say, ooh, I gotta dance. We fit to dance now. You said no, I love you. You said no, I'm fit to call you back tomorrow. Didn't I say no? Yes, I just didn't understand if you meant no or you needed more information. Don't call here no more. Sir, I'm just calling back to make sure you said no to what I was saying. I thought I told you 5th time you call it back. You know, I've been thinking about what you said. And the only reason I said no is because, you know, I didn't understand. And sometimes you have to really ask people, what do you mean by no? What do you mean? What do I mean by no? What do you mean by no? Well, I don't really know if this really fits me. Are you saying that you're not interested in a healthy life? I'm not saying that. Oh, okay. Because I was just, okay. I'm just trying to figure it out. Because I just love people and I want to help you. So I'll do a special on that. We'll collaborate, Jamil and I, and we'll address that. And see, you smiling again. You're looking like a fresh rainbow. Now you look like waiting to exhale now, Desiree. There you go. And Jay, thank you for jumping in on that. I really appreciate that. And so just remember that, you know, like Muhammad Ali, when he lost his title, he went into a grave depression. And that's okay, because sometimes we all go into depression. I have to wrestle with depression and anxiety. We all do. Even Jamil, he stresses about his numbers because perfectionists are just that way. And we have to walk it back. We have to say, okay, there's nothing to stress, bring it down. You got to do like, what's that, Bad Boys 2? Woosa, woosa, woosa. You got to have a woosa moment. Cap, I was at a family barbecue. I don't know about you, but I was at a family barbecue. So you got to have these moments where you learn to walk down your stress. You got to walk down your stress. Don't beat yourself up. You may even have to, you know, like Martin Lawrence, when he came down the stairs in Bad Boy and he was like, yeah, doing all this crazy stuff. Sometimes you have to make yourself laugh. You got to laugh at yourself and realize, I'm going to leave you guys with this story because Jamil is orchestrating, and I know we in OT. So this chief of cardiology had a massive stroke, a massive heart attack. And because he was world renowned, they interviewed him after he got out of ICU. And he was noted for saying, they said, so what advice would you give to all the other professionals that are stressing out here? And he said, don't sweat small stuff. And remember, it's all small stuff. So when you think about not hitting your numbers or someone in the ICU dying of COVID-19, and you think, I didn't get this person or I didn't help anybody this week. Okay. We used to say in the industry years ago, sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. And it's okay. It's okay to get hungry. It's okay to want to help that next person. That's all a part of the spirit of excellence. But like Jay said, you take yourself off the pressure, and you just know that you live to do another day. This was really good, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all too long.
Thank you, Michael.
Anybody else have anything else they want to share? I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate everything that you just shared with me.
And
You're so welcome.
Yeah, I just had.
Go ahead, Desiree.
I had been sitting here waiting for my order for my family, and the guy came out and he said, "You know what I did for you? I just added a sweet potato pie in there for you because you're so sweet." He said, I said, "Well, thank you."
And I need to guys ask you, what about color coordination? Jamel and Desiree, they are wearing one color, and then Karen and Diamond are wearing one color. Why you didn't call me to tell me I have to wear blue or burgundy today?
I know. I so apologize. I'm gonna close with this. Okay? I want to close with this because we really hit a vein. We hit a gold vein, and I'm so appreciative. And that is that whatever you desire, call upon it. The universe will give you whatever you're experiencing right now. You made an appointment to be there. So call on whatever you need. I'm standing with a spirit of intention that I'm helping 3 people today. In the sales industry, we had to do that, Jay. We came in every day. How many people are you helping today? So you have to set it up, speak to the universe, and it will line up. You guys are amazing. Speak to your world, create your world, and I'm telling you, it's time to play a bigger game. Shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth, and take what
belongs to you.
That's right. My name is Michael Diamond, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.
Thank you, Michael.
All of you guys have a PhD. All right?
We sure
Passion,
do, don't we?
hunger, and drive. All right? Passion,
I love it, Jay. I love it.
Drive. We all have that PhD. So peace and blessings. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying over 23 minutes over.
Jay, I got to make one last request.
Go ahead.
For my videos, if you guys would send me, a testimonial of what you feel these Motivational Thursdays are doing for you, I really would appreciate it. If you guys appreciate them, if they've been good throughout your team, Jay, if you could orchestrate that and send me some letters of appreciation, I really would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Be glad
if that's
to.
not too much to ask.
Right, guys. Peace and blessings. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Get these videos out to your teams. Maybe we can change somebody's life, all right?
Drunk dummy, drunk dummy, drunk dummy. Yes, 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 chef cooking.